doing that. No. No words. No words. To describe. I should have said. Oh, so beautiful.
Our family is filled with poetesses and poets, female and male. The greatest among them are my own.
People need to see what I've seen. They need to see.
These are the spiritual as much as physical voyages of the co-federation solar, sun, our starship, planet Earth, restored to heaven on our every earth as our spiritual genealogical.
We are opening the stargates
global,
in this neighborhood.
Voyager and shared her and his family community and
this local, global, universal neighborhood
mission.
And this
to
one.
respect and we understand, sustain and explore are and all are in fact.
And your local, global, universal neighborhood.
Of the tree of love, life, and light throughout the solar system and universe to restore, renew, and sustain our and new life and new sustainable civilizations, past, present, retroactively, and now, rebalance, and future, always balancing, to lovingly, genealogically, and boldly become and be space-time travelers whenever and where we have interdimensional reality, all in part been before, if also never been before, in alternative space-time lines that are circles, which are of the universal EQ, IQ, and SQ continuum, balanced combinations of the ever-expanding circle which spirals and grows, budding and blooming in space-time. Love and live enlightened, ever young, long, and prosper all, both in each and every one. Engage your heart, mind, soul, and body, for we all, both and each, both and all, can, must, and marvelously and miraculously make it so.
In the thunder's blast, she merges, her eyes on fire, and mighty priestess. She is risen from the nativity of Caldera. She is risen from the fires of the earth. She is risen. She is risen.
We are risen.
She is risen. She is risen.
We all are risen.
We are risen.
We all are risen by my intercession. I stand in the breach. By my and our intercession, we stand in the breach.
Blessed be, blessed be, blessed be. Om Mahalakshmi Mridapriya Maharupa Mahapudya Mahapadakhanashini Mahamaya Mahasattva Mahashakti Maharati Mahabhuta Maheshwarya Mahavidya Mahabala Mahabuddhi Mahasiddhi Mahayogeshwareshwari Mahatantra Mahamantra Mahayantra Mahasana Mahayagatpramaradhya Om Mahabhairava-pujita Maheshwara Mahakalpaka Mahatandava Sakshini Mahakamesha Mahishi Mahatripura Sundari Chatushtashti Upacharanya Chatushtashti Kalamayi
महाचतुष्षष्टिकोटियोगिनी गणसेविता
Just a smile like one of us. Just a stranger on the bus.
celestial event. No. No words. Words. Describe. I should have said. Oh, so beautiful. So beautiful. You people need to see what I've seen. You need to see.
This day I call the heavens and the earths as witnesses intercessorily for and hopefully and prayerfully not against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessings and curses. Now choose love and life with light, so that you and your children may live. For I give you good doctrine. Forsake ye not your new millennial golden rule.
What is the truth? They nice sunflowers. They walk through Peter Blackwood. This is Anna Marie, singing Christmas, and I am Cherokee, Cheyenne, Blackfoot, and Algonquin, Dakota. And I am also a French, English, and German. To create our team, that means we are all related. We embrace the new millennial golden rule as the law of all the natives of the sacred ground that is Mother Earth, and all the planets of all the universes.
Welcome to another daytime broadcast of the New Millennial Confederation of Earth and Planets from the heart and headquarters of this planet and in connection with the great cosmos. My name is Astrea Marayama Rajel, one family to Pau Equinox, true Q. I am standing in the breach between you and either a slow or fast planetocide. Patriarchy will bring you planetocide of the planet Earth. It could occur quickly or it could occur slowly. It will occur. Patriarchy will also prevent your proper connection with loving, living people on all planets that have passed from this earth, that are waiting for your resurrection and risenhood, so that they can be released from separation from you and one another, and there be the greatest family reunion of billions of souls throughout this universe. The way to paradisal planet on this planet and all planets is the new millennial golden rule. It's at 5050now.wordpress.com. You'll see an essay just below that called the 11 steps, very easy things that you can do to pull away from patriarchy. Know that you are the common sense true government of this planet, not who the media has been presenting, the imposters the media has been presenting, who are all people who are so drunk with patriarchy that they don't know what they're doing at all. And also scroll down for the sermon sections. We all have a dream to make reality now. We started this around the January 10th and 11th when Common Sense was first given in North America, and it was republished again around February 14th. But we say that those dates are only approximate, because what's important is a permanent consciousness change, which you are not making, so I am making for you. And that is from parity, that is true parity from patriarchy. If you do not make this consciousness change now, your world is going to be so stupid and so cruel that you won't want to live in it. You have to let go of figures, female or male, who are pushing you toward patriarchy. You have to, if you are a woman, become a risen goddess, like Estrella, the goddess of Statue of Liberty, the goddess of democracy. You have to know that you can't have democracy without parity for women. Seems pretty obvious to me, but you've been missing it because you're watching television and they're mind programming you to miss what is the obvious problem here in North America, that women are tokenized and marginalized rather than fully represented. The women in this culture have been taught to distrust each other. Oh, she wants abortion. Oh, she doesn't want abortion. Oh, I can't talk to her. I can't talk to her. There's a lot more going on in our world than that one issue. When women are absent from deciding the whole numbers of issues that are before their local, global, and universal neighborhood, big trouble will result. The abortion issue has been a red herring that the media and the politicians who are intertwined with the corporations who are intense patriarchies have thrown at women to confuse and distract them from the more real issues, which are representation and balance of love and work and protection of Mother Nature. Abortion is an important issue, but it cannot be decided by mostly male governments. When that occurs, all that you wind up with is a lot of illegitimate, unwanted pregnancies from low-status women pushed onto low-status women, a lot of children who are orphans, total disruption, and then backstreet abortions, which will continue. We'll go right back to that old way, and the reason is not the abortion law. The reason is the low status of women. That's the reason. And so with parity in government, you actually will reduce the numbers of unwanted pregnancies and reduce the numbers of abortions, eventually to none at all. Because when women are fully risen, men are fully risen, and the only pregnancies that occur are those that are wanted, both by Goddess God and their representatives on earth, you, the Aloha and the Elohim, the Philadelphian, the Philadelphia and the Philadelphia, the Delphi and the Delpho, the female and the male representative of God, Goddess God, of Goddess God. That is what I am. I am a female representative of Goddess God. I am working not only for the females who are terribly downtrodden on this planet, but also for the males, so that the males can escape from their mind-forged manacles of dominator versus exploited male, enemy male, one country against another. This male that has to hate that male, this race male has to hate that race male, and this class male has to dislike that class male, and all the males have to not like each other very much at all in order for this to continue. And if they do like each other, it has to be at the expense of women, right? Then they can bind together to do something horrible to their neighbors who are women. Is that going to work? Where is that going to bring us? You know where that's going to bring us to? Fukushima in your backyard. It's going to bring us to World War III. You brought it about, little ladies, by not recognizing your own value to make decisions. So I'm not letting you do that, and I have announced to the world on these broadcasts, and obviously about 200 and some thousand people have already seen them, maybe 211,000 it's approaching, that the new millennial golden rule is the only law on the face of the earth. That all the stuff that you're being told by policemen and courts and Congress people and legislative people and blah, 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 is not yet law. Because in order for it to be law, it has to have been approved of by a balanced of gender body that is representative of all the people in the region that are making this decision. Therefore, you need to have fully intersectional race and class representation. The last shall be first for a while. And you also have to have young people who are left out of all these decisions, even though it's impacting on them, indebting them, sending some of them off to wars to fight for daddy's portfolio. This is obvious to me. Now, this week we are celebrating between the 11th and the 22nd. We are considering this a time of special celebration of the gathering of women at a home at 3521 Independence Boulevard and Roosevelt Road, Risen Roosevelt, Eleanor, Road, and all her sisters, in the heartland of the North America, where our great-grandmothers Ray and her sister Clara now has come to visit, and also their daughters Harriet and Jacqueline, and all of their offspring, their great and grandchildren, female and male, and all of the family and cousines of these women, which includes Lynn Margulies, the mother of the Gaia effect, the wife of astronomer Carl Sagan, who is our Hikina also, and also includes her as the wife of another Margulies, who was a person who worked in the area of the grains of sand that bring the entire universe to us, the silicon of the Silicon Valley and the silicon of solar panels. We have and are continuing to outreach to all these communities and say to them, you must, ladies, call yourself Co-Secretary Generals, Co-Saviorahs. You must turn off the television until they apologize. Let them send you a letter in the mail saying that they have failed to tell you for 25 years that hundreds of millions, if not billions of women already live under gender parity, and they don't want you in North America to know that you little ladies don't know because you're so busy fighting each other over abortion that you can't think straight. And you're flocking into churches where the ministry is mostly male, as if there was no goddess of the universe. God doesn't like it. God is not a sexist. The yin and yang are not sexist. You are. You're practicing the oldest prejudice on this planet, and its time has come to be left behind you, or you are going to be left out of the drama and glory of this universe. You are going to die in your own waste on this planet because you are practicing patriarchy long past its viable shelf life. And you should have transitioned to parity. And so I have done it for you. And I have done it at our hat and our beautiful home of the hats and crowns and halos of our great and grandmothers. And I have said today on an earlier broadcast, I think I left out a few, Marilyn and Rita. I think I mentioned Ellen. I may have left out a few. There's Margaret. There's some of my neighbors here, Margaret and Susan and Marilyn. And there's Louise, and there's Judy, and there's Laura, and there's Jasmine, and there's more. And there's Jasmine, and there's Maria, and there's all of the members who come to our door, people who live in our neighborhoods, all of the people. Their mothers and their Shekitas and their sisters and cousines are hereby retroactively to the date of the volcanic eruption of Mount Thera, the passing of the most important civilization on this planet, that of Atlantis. Back to that date, we are granting them all retroactive parity. Retroactively. We're traveling through time. All those ladies, all of those thousands of generations, parity, 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 parity. I am standing in the breach, and I am speaking as loud as the Mother, Father, Goddess, God can help me to speak as quickly as I can. Parity, not patriarchy. By the name of the Statue of Liberty, who stands on every continent, is expressing every racial group on this planet, is representing people from every continent and every racial group. And that also means balance of love and work, and time for mothers to breastfeed their babies, female and male, to excellence the first 3 years of appreciated, family approved of, extended family assisted, father assisted and approved of breastfeeding. Because we want to be a world of geniuses, not a world of idiots. So I'm going to do this ceremony very quickly at our home-based balance of love and work example with all of these grandmothers of mine. You've seen their pictures, you've heard their names, you've heard the names of all their great and grandchildren and all their great and grandchildren's Kazinas, Shekinas, and all of their young people, female and male, who are Shekinas and Hekinas, age 37 and younger. These are the co-secretary generals of the world, and if they will not step up so and say so, I announce it for them. I'm doing it for them. I love them, even though they don't even pay a word of attention to what I say. I don't even care. It doesn't matter. I'm doing it for them. I'm big enough to contain all of them. I'm taller than the Statue of Liberty. I'm taller than the distance between this planet and the sun. I'm Estrella, the goddess of the universe. You get it? I'm talking for all the planets. They don't like what you're doing. They don't like what you call shams, the shams you call elections. They wanted you to follow common sense after 250 almost years of having been given common sense, and you're still ignoring it? Wake up! Because I love you, and I don't want you to destroy yourselves. Okay, now we'll do our and I speak for the mother of the universe. She loves you, and she doesn't want you to destroy yourself. And I speak for the father of the universe. He loves you, and he doesn't want you to destroy yourselves. Okay, the light is on in all our hearts. We have with us marvelous, miraculous, budding, blooming flowers and water. Hugs and love to all, both and each and every one, as soon as possible. And we'll say namaste to your best, Glaric. We'll say mitakuye oyasin kongs ampax ko ampax culture. I forgot to say that this afternoon. I was a little frustrated by the inability to get the screen share, and I left something out important, but you'll all know it. Ko ampax culture, 50-50. We need a reparative time for women and youth, and then we move to 50-50 after 9 to 18 months. I'm not giving up on this, folks. I'm not going away unless Goddess God gives me the hook. I'm standing in the breach until I figured out the way to tweak you into waking up from your sleep. Because if you go to sleep again, this planet will be toast. At best, you'll be able to maybe escape it on a few pods and go to some other planet. You'll ruin the whole planet. And you'll ruin the culture of humanity. And all of these souls who are waiting for contact will not be able to become risen. It isn't fair to them, and it isn't fair to you, and I stand in the breach. Even if I don't quite finesse this, have it quite down in the timing framing, I'm not letting go. Goddess God, I'm praying to you. You extend the time for me. Do whatever you have to do, Goddess God. We'll set up a new calendar, and we'll say we'll have a second Valentine's Day, we'll have a second Christmas, we'll have a second New Year's. We'll have it all over again at the right time, starting in spring, and we'll do it again until we go back to the best future, which is gender parity. And also say Tuyubask and Sedlaric and Mitakuye Oyasin becomes Mitakuye Reall, Bahaval, Chaim, Shalom, Salam. Let's not have fratricidal warfare because the Middle East can't remember all its sisters and its mother goddesses. I am here for you all. I represent you all. You are a part of me. I remember you. You are in my thoughts. You are in my eyes. You are in my heart. I work for you. You are my family. I am speaking for you, each and every one of you, all of you, even the ones who are doing very, very wrong. I'm speaking for you all. Okay? Now, let's do the rest of the ceremony. More of this ceremony. We'll drink the milk of human kindness for all, both in each and every one, especially on cue breastfeeding. Most important, we have some experts on it in our family. I want them to co-host this with me. I want you, Marion. I want you, Barbara. I want you, Julianne Marie. I want you, Ivy. I want you to come. Come, ladies. Anna Marie, Ma Patricia have come. Rasa and Sylvia have come. Where are you? Come now. I'm speaking for you. I am Marion. I'm speaking for Marion until Marion speaks for herself. I am Barbara. I am speaking for Barbara until Barbara speaks for herself. I am Julianne Marie. I am speaking for Julianne Marie until Julianne Marie speaks for herself, etc., etc. And I am Marion and Hadass until the two, mother and daughter, come together. And I am Barbara and Rachel Marie and Danielle Juliet until the two daughters and the mother come together. And I am Soma and Meredith, and I'm speaking for both of them until they come together. And I am the mothers of the son. I am Mary, and I am Julianne Marie, and I am Meredith, and I'm coming for my sons, and I am Marion coming for my sons. And that means as soon as the women come, we can bring, let me not forget, I am Victoria. I am Estrella. I am Sharon. I am the family of Vanessa. I am Barbara. I am Diana. I am Sarah. I am all of them. I am Anrita. I am Marilyn. I am Linda. I am Michelle. I am Deborah. I am Tracy. I am Julie. I am Dory. I am Karen. I am Arlene. I am the other Arlene. I am Sherry. I am Helene. I am Batya. I am Sally. I am Pearl. I am Ruby. They are all at our hat store and they are living in me. And you cannot take them away, Goddess God, unless you remove me. And I hope you don't, because these people, as dumb and stupid and cruel as they are, deserve eternal life, and I will give it to them. And I will give it to their dumber and stupider men. The older men, you have real stupid. But they're surrounded by such stupid women, they can't tell in North America. The women in North America have gotten so dumb by watching television. They're so out of touch with parity that the men don't even know the difference. They're all walking around like blind Daffy Ducks. So I'm doing the job. I'm standing in the breach, and we'll drink the milk of human kindness with great urgency for all, both, and each and every one. And on behalf of all, both, and each and every one. All that breastfeeding. We're going to talk about it, ladies. I'm going to be talking for you. Next broadcast you're going to hear this. I'm going to play this one for you. I'm going to play this recording. You're going to hear me. I named you. I'm tired of not naming you. You're high. I'm tired of calling you and being on mute. It's time that you stepped up to the plate. I'm stepping up for you. Anna Marie and Ma Patricia have stepped up, and they got tired of stepping up on your behalf. Where are you, Georgine? You got a computer. Wake up. You know the score, Geodora. You've all looked at 50/50 now.wordpress.com. Louise knows the new millennial golden rule. So does Judy. I've been sending to them for years. I don't care what they're watching on television. I'm more important. I have the truth. Truth is a little bigger than CBS or Fox News or NBC, Universal, or Discovery Channel, or Oprah. I have the truth. I'm Grace Love, broadcasting from the the home of the invention of television. Okay, now, and I am also Rachel, the mother of Carl, the son who, through his mother's genius, learned to look for the stargates. The mother herself didn't know her own value, but the son picked up on it. And I am picking up for both of them. And for his sister, Carrie. I'm picking up for Carrie also. She is also part of our gathering, as is Lynn Margulies and her daughter Jennifer, and her sisters Joan and Sharon, and also Diana, and also I think I've mentioned everyone. I'm including Margaret and Susan, both Susans, Marilyn, the women of my neighborhood here, all of them, and also the wives of the men who take care of the gardens around us, Maria, their daughter Gabby and Abby, and the fellow who's the checkout counter, his wife Jasmine, and his daughter. I'm forgetting their names, but I know who I mean, and he knows who he is, and I speak for them. I speak for Grace and for Joanne. I speak for every woman I encounter, and I speak for everyone that you and I have ever known, and all their youth. And we drink the water of enlightened, loving, living planets that we will regain and sustain our planet Earth to be for all, both, and each and every one. I so appreciate the women around the world who have worked for parity of gender. Ladies, don't give up. In fact, you have achieved it, because I am the representative of Goddess God on this planet, the big one. And I am standing up, and I am not going to sit down. And I am circling you all like a dove, like a very, very vigilant dove hawk will circle you, and circle you like an eagle that is a dove. I am a dove and an eagle, and I am circling you. You cannot escape my circle wherever you are. I am circling you. I am circling this entire planet. And I will get these broadcasts through, and if I'm a little late, I'll catch up. We'll undo the mess that's happened in the interim. We'll celebrate and re-celebrate all our birthdays, conception days, name days, and holy days together. We'll start with our spring birthdays and conception days, and then our autumnal spring birthdays and conception days remembered, especially important, including mine and Anna Marie's, but there's others who are on the umbra of the months, and we'll also do this reciprocally this way, past, present, and future. All of our great and grandmothers will find out when they were born. We'll find out we'll do at least 3 generations of women and all of their sister casinas of their current times. We're going to rebuild what we would have had we lived under parity, and we're going to have it. I insist. Goddess God, I insist. I insist, and I am a child of yours, and you are hearing me, Goddess God. This is co-creation, and you are going to give me whatever I need to accomplish this. You'll give me whatever insight I need to accomplish this. And we have our family tree again. And you know, I almost forgot to start the phone conference, and that is very important, so I'm going to. Okay, I'm going to have to represent the Native American women on this broadcast. So I have been given the adoption status by Anna Marie Singing Cricket and Ma Patricia, and I hold it as Standing Circling Shining Dove. I represent all the Native American women of the North American and South American continents that were decimated by the European patriarchal invasions. And I also represent all of the emigres from Europe who were running from fatherlands. I represent both hemispheres of women. And I am reaching out to you, and I remember you, ladies. I remember you and all your children who were genocided. I am here for you. We are going to open up the stargates. You are not forgotten. We know that you are waiting for someone to stand up for the reason it occurred. It was patriarchy. It was patriarchy that killed you all. You are coming back through me. I know you're listening, and I am talking to you. And the goddess God will bring my words to your hearing. And whether my family is ready to stand up or not, I stand up for them. And we will together open up the stargates, even with all of their wrong family process. And I'll do the consciousness currencies. Most important, it is the people that is where the wealth lies. It is in the people and their balance with nature that we have zillions and trillions. Our silly denominations that are made by patriarch and men don't equivalent anymore to what we know. We have the genuine progress indicator. It's time we used it. We have the way to count the true wealth of any society and the entire planet. Let's use it. Every neighborhood on earth. We have our grandmother's generations, our current Shekinah, and all our current young Shekinah and Hekina under age 37 and younger. And again, we'll do the complete family tree that keeps avoiding itself. Well, I'm not avoiding you. I love you all. You're all here. All the aunts, all the Shekinahs. I love you all. I'm terribly angry with the way you avoid each other. You're like cold ice lockers. You're cold to one another. You're cold to your children. You're waiting for Big Daddy to save your world. Well, he isn't gonna. I'm saving your world. I'm saving it right now from the hat store that's in my heart. That's a home. That's a neighborhood that gathers women. And I'm doing it here for the whole world to see it, and most importantly, for Goddess God. And my great-great-grandmother trees and all the trees and the nature behind me, looking through my window, that I am doing it. And I am standing up, and I know that Goddess God is listening. And whatever errors I have made, Goddess God will forgive them and extend the time for you until I get this right. As it deteriorates, you'll come for me again. You'll come toward me again. You'll say, maybe she knew what she was talking about. Maybe we need parity. And I will give it to you because you already have it. It's easy to implement locally, globally, and universally. Okay, and then I do want to say something about these special people. I have very strong bonds to people that I should have strong bonds from knowing them as children, the children of my great and grandparents and our parents. I have strong bonds, but patriarchy has warped them. They are warped, and they are in trouble, and their region is in trouble because of the warpedness that they've accepted among the people who are more warped than they are and have warped them because I left them. I was separated from my family. The separation has taken a terrible toll on them. They think it's taken a terrible toll on me, but no. I'm like that if poem. If you can keep your head about you and everyone else is losing theirs, I have kept my head. Family bonds are of value. They are not something to be given away for any father figure that comes along. So we have to reclaim and love these people, and I do so, and Goddess God knows that they are protected by me, whatever their error, and I am protected by Goddess God. So there can be no harm to come to any of us. I'll say, and especially the sisterhood needs to be repaired. Help unblock the blocked pathways of people's limbic system, of their hearts, of their flow. Unblock them, Goddess God. We'll do once more the entire family tree. And of course, I've mentioned all the names of all these young women's mothers and their sisters and their Shekinahs and their aunts. And I have given the names of the mothers of the sons who have the potential and are on the family tree to open the stargates. I think I have said, I will say again for the Native American women of Anna Marie and Ma Patricia, we do remember Myrtle and Rose and Marie, and we do remember Pearl, and we remember Laura and Martha. We know that they should have been connected with us. We know that, I know that they are also important. I know that Rosa and Edith and April and Angeline are very, very important. And when we have them mentioned by their mother on these broadcasts properly and enough times, and with Zivilia and Rasa and with the other women that we're inviting, then we can also bring forth the young men of that family as well, while mentioned by whisper. Now, I also mention the men of our family, but as a whisper. Because they know that it's the grandmothers I've shown you, as Hera Harriet with Rhea and with Clara, sisters, and as Hera Harriet reunited with her sister via the Stargate. The sister doesn't know what she's doing, but I know. I am expressing her mind. I have her mind right now, and I am here, and she knows I'm doing this. So somewhere in her mind, she knows something is occurring to give her parity. A little tiny bit of light in a very dark mind. And all of those of her daughter. Her daughter-in-law is very, very dark, but we have given the connection to her mother and to the sister, to other people who may have come to know them. We've spread it around a little bit. The universe is interconnected, and it will come back to the daughters who are obstructing here. And also, we will get it to the older men in that family after we get it to the women. Those older men are in darkness right now. They're in extreme darkness, but we love them, and we'll get it to the women who interface with them. And we've given it to their next generations as best we can. We haven't forgotten anyone. We love them all. There's a sacred family community, a sacred schooling experience, our grammar school, our high school, sacred community. And we give this back to everyone manifold and even better on the Q continuum, the Equinox True Continuum, where you have eternal life and plenty of time to reconnect with old family reunions and old high school reunions and old grammar school reunions, and learn what the gifts are, the true Q Equinox risen genius gifts of all people who have achieved cosmic Christhood, apotheosis, female and male, by practicing parity. Parity, 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 parity. P-A-R-I-T-Y. Gender parity. P-A-R-I-T-Y. Not patriarchal planeticide. Not tokenism. Not, here, I'll throw a woman in front of you so you'll vote for a man. So you'll come into the election and we'll wind up with a man, because that's what we really like to manipulate, those men puppets. We love those guys. I'm doing this for all of you and all the candidates. I'm going to make you all co-secretary generals. You're all going to find that out. You already have been. You're on my website. Just haven't read it yet. And let's see. And so now we'll say, we'll start fresh. And we'll say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. We'll say all the blessings and all the greetings and all the languages of all the heritages of our earth and our earth's past, present, and future together. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. We'll say all the blessings and all the greetings of all the heritages of our earth and our earth's past, present, and future together. I'm going to say again the names of our great and grandmothers in honor of this occasion. And play very quickly the very quick tape excerpt that I do want you to hear again.
Then she said she couldn't be the maid for everybody. She just must remember that. That's when she came back and started to spell the hands with the global center. Her whole love was to care for children there. She didn't try so just to get along, get enough to eat. And she rented rooms together. She was careful, very careful. And there was a sister, Clara.
And there was a sister, Carrie, and there was a sister, Diane and Joan, and there was a sister, Diana, and there was all kinds of sisters that should have been written into contact, and mothers. And so we're making contact for all of them at our special place on Interdependence and Roosevelt Road in the air. Come back for additional broadcasts this evening. And again, we'll say Ashera Harriet, and we'll say Victoria, and let's start with Victoria, our anointed names of the young Vanessa's family, Victoria, and of course Hadassah's family, Marion, and with Hadass, with her mother Pearl and Esther. I am anointing these names because I'm not sure of them. And also Victoria and Ezra and Sharon. And of course, Dorothy and Stacy Anastasia, and also Julia Marie and Ashera Harriet with Rochelle together, all the three of us. And with Jack Lee, and Jack Lee become Yia. And also Barbara and Linda with Diana, not divided, not separated, not living through men, but living with men in equality and parity, and no other way. And also Deborah and Annabelle and Dora and Irene and Cookie and all of those women, and Hortense and all of the women that I came into contact with, and especially I think her name was Joni and Sylvia Light, okay, and all of their generations. And we're going to stop our broadcast now and come back to visit with you again a little bit later.